My name is Janet Cruse-Thompson and I'm number 5 on the wave. I started in my 60s when I was retiring to decide what to do, and my dad had always made inlaid jewelry boxes and inlaid furniture, so I loved wood. So I started to move towards carving, and at the beginning, like everybody, I started with small wall hang type of relief stuff, and eventually moved into a lot more elaborate carvings, all of them based on a concept. And so I did a carving, for instance, called Into the Unknown. I used the Viking ship as a symbol of people who went into the unknown, not knowing where they would end up. But on the side of the Viking ship, I put women who took us into the unknown and men who took us into the unknown on these shields that would have been on the side of the war Viking ships. So that was the type of carvings I did, and they were all my own original concepts. So anyways, that was carving. Then one day, Sandy Driscoll and I went to Assemblyworks, and guess what? I saw the computer, what it could do creatively, and I thought, I could actually design carvings on the computer. So it opened a whole new world, and eventually I created a carving called Embrace the Planet, and I actually created that carving based on a design from the computer. But then I discovered, hey, if I can 3D print, why am I carving? So I began to actually do small sculpts, and eventually realized they were expensive. Even when you hollow them out, and they are all hollowed, they're still pretty expensive. The plastic was affordable, so it's still hollow, but again, it was more affordable. So then I went small, and I began to design or sculpt jewelry. And I started with steel once again because it was affordable, and you could make mistakes without costing you a fortune. But each of my pendants were all unique. This one was kind of called the amoeba, stuff that interested me. I learned things like this fish one, which was too heavy in steel because I did them in the round. But again, as I say, you're busy learning things. Then I moved to semi-precious metals because by then I was getting quite good at what I was doing. I didn't make too many mistakes, and I found out that there are wonderful pieces you can make even with aluminum. This piece was done with aluminum because it was lighter for a fairly heavy piece, as also reasonably inexpensive compared to rose gold. I did pieces like the cat's meow, and the cat's meow actually is one only. It is a marked piece. It has my mark on the back, and there's only one in existence, and that's in rose gold. And then I did some earring pieces. I started to actually do a pendant with an earring, and I was just starting them as we moved into 2020 and COVID. So I only did 2 or 3 of these pendant combinations. Another one is, that one is rhodium plated. This one was again done with aluminum, and it's a manta ray with a pair of earrings. Then I moved into rings, and had a lot of fun doing rings. I started with steel ones, once again as a practice to figure out how big they should be and stuff. And then I moved back into the semi-precious, and I did some, they're all 1 or 2 only exist. And this one, by the way, actually I got into the Manitoba Rural one, the show last year, and that was the only piece of jewelry, and it was a full sculpt. The rose gold one went to Alberta, the rhodium plated one, and they were both marked pieces, and there were only 2 in existence. This is the one with a butterfly. I made a few ones with butterflies. This one's quite small, but they're all limited to 2 or 3 only. 3 usually, usually 2 only, usually a rhodium plated and then a gold or rose gold plated. Anyways, that's my story so far.